Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kendall Showground again for the game between Kendall and Byabarra. Fine afternoon out here, and in front of you have the two teams for the day. The numbers don't indicate the positions from the Kendall side. We've had a few changes before the game due to injuries. But Benson is wearing number 2, Neville Latham number 3, Gemmell number 4, Bignell number 5, Dietz is number 6, Barr is number 7, Tony Bignell, captain, is playing his 54th game today, is number 8, number 9 is Wayne Dietz, 10 Darren Mardell, 11 Paul Smith, 12 Krogh, and 13 Gary Smith. Over in the area there at the moment in front of the grandstand, we have the presentation being made to Tony, and Mr. Eric Smith, the president of the club, is making the presentation. Congratulations to Tony. He's been a force to continue this year at Kendall, being the captain coach, and he's really going well. Now back to the game, we have for Byabarra, number 1 is D. Peard, 2 is R. Flanagan, 3 Alan Cowell, 4 Graham Cowell, 5 Graham Barnes, number 6 is Angelis, 7 is R. Kenbridge, 8 is R. Davis, 10 is S. Mitchell, and 11 is J. Kearns. Pumpkin Kearns is well known to everybody around the area. Number 12 is R. Blanche, and Tim Boyd is number 13. The referee for today is Mr. Jackson. Thank you very much. Stop. Kick will be taken by Barr Smith as usual. Kendall is sitting pretty in the competition. We've got to win all a few games now to get right up the top. They are running third, but they need a couple of good wins. Anyway, the kick-off. Barry drives it deep down the top in the sun. It's taken there by Cowell, and he immediately puts it straight back down in the Kendall territory. Neville Latham's back here to retrieve it, take it. He runs it up, steadies himself. He runs around, gets around one end, comes up, finally tackles. There by the Byabarra defence, about 5 metres short of halfway. Ball's played, goes through Krogh. Krogh wants him down the ice. It's 2 metres short of halfway before he's tackled here by Cowell. Latham, out to Ronnie Latham's brother. Back inside the big Gary Smith. Gary Smith runs up, he gets through one tackle with his tackle. And in curly boys, Mitchell. So, back to Barry Smith, he put the ball deep again. It's a high one. Back to Peard, Peard steadies, and he misses it. They're all onside. Barry Smith cleans him up. That's a good tackle, good pick and chase there from the halfback. 5-8. Mr. Jackson just giving a fast few minute instruction to the son before he goes down. This being the first time of the match. Be fed by Kendall. And about 10 metres short of the skyline. Ball goes in and back to Byabarra. Byabarra half-back Tim Vickford is wrapped up there by Ronnie Latham. Barnes runs away from dummy half, but Ronnie Latham comes at him and takes him well to help with Paul Smith. Dummy half runs away at number 9. Let's go down. That's the 4th tackle, says Mr. Jackson. Byabarra play. Goes back to Alan Cowell. Cowell puts the kick in and goes back downstairs. Neville Latham's there to help him with the 8th. Playing O'Neill. He brings it up, Neville brings it up, got to halfway, gives it to Darren Gemmell. Gemmell gets up to halfway. He's finally tackled there by G. Cowell, Graham Cowell, I think it is. Benson runs him down the half. He's getting a bit of work. He's a strong runner, this fella. He's wrapped up there by Blanche and Pumpkin Kearns. So, on to Bignell. Bignell looking for a run and gives it to Gary Smith. He's lost the ball in the tackle. Sits again, says the referee. Had the ball stolen. Goes up to Gemmell. Gemmell coming out. Goes just across field. Looking for a pass. He can't get it away. Well and truly picked up there by Backford if he could fit forward. Just done there right on about 8 metres inside Byabarra territory. The Byabarra feed. Leg ball. And Latham kicked the ball and gone out. There'll be another scrum. Byabarra feeds, and straight in and straight out. Kenzie plays the ball, gives it to Barnes. Barnes runs from dummy half. He's made 5-6 good metres. So he's tackled there by Dietz and Laurie. Lead the ball out. Bit of misunderstanding there on the Byabarra side. And Gemmell falls on it for Byabarra. Boyd from dummy half runs away. He won't go anywhere. Wrapped up there by Laurie. Is that ball? Snitcher. Anyway, the ball goes back to Powell. He kicks it downfield again. Makes a leg break, goes towards the sideline. Picked up there by the bat, and the bat runs away. Gets around one, Graham Barnes. Gets around two. And finally wrapped up there by Blanche. Plays the ball back. Krogh runs away from dummy half. But there's a penalty going to Byabarra for hanging on him to play the ball. Powell selected to go for 2 points. He's handed out the ball over to his brother, Jude Powell. I think it's Grant. Referee blows time on, and Graham Powell moves in to settle himself. There's a bruise coming across the field. And there's him. Not a bad looking kick, but it stands short. There's Neville Latham runs it out from his own line. Gets about 10 metres into the half territory before he's tackled there by Alan Powell. Then Gemmell picks the ball up on the run. He runs straight at him before he's caught there by Zipfig and Kings. Krogh on the Bignell. On the Paul Smith coming hard. He's looking for a run. Trying to unload it. No one there. Krogh was backing him up, but he just couldn't get his arms loose. Good run there from the big fella. Out to Latham. Mick Laurie, Mick, you've got to take the ball. Lost the ball there. Picked up there by Byabarra. Two James. Anyway, Duncan King takes the ball up. And he's put to the ground there by Mick Laurie and Greg Smith. Kendall defending well their line. Smith's to play the ball, gives it to Blanche. Blanche up on the Smithy. Comes back to Kearns. Kearns is running towards the post, run across field. They're going for the ball. They've got to get him down. That's the fifth tackle for the referee. Blanche gives that to Alan Powell. Alan Powell drops on his foot. Ball on there by Paul Smith. Neville Latham runs away from dummy half and he's dropped the ball. And that'll be a scrum. Mr. Jackson giving more instructions in this scrum. Ken's big puts it in. Josh Byabarra won the ball. Then Gemmell both quickly from that scrum. That was good. He's up the half back up. Gillis runs away from dummy half. Finally tackled there by Paul Smith. And Mick Laurie underneath. Thanks to dummy half. Gives out the Powell. Powell's trying to unload it. And Davis is tackled about a metre short of the line. Gives it to Graham Powell. Powell straight out, but he's well and truly wrapped up there by Neville Latham. Tony Bignell, sorry. Good defence. Looks like Timmy Boyd's trying to drive past the line. We've got nowhere to go there. Powell drops on his foot again, and a good stick catch there, taken by Greg Smith. Ronnie Latham, Wayne O'Neill runs away from dummy half, he's got nowhere to go either. He's even driven back a couple of metres. There's the Krogh on the Bignell. Bignell stands, looks for a run home. Mick Laurie takes it up, but he's tackled there by Jones and Pumpkin King. So, on the Bignell again, Johnny Latham gives it to Gary Smith. Gary Smith steps, goes back inside. He's tackled about 10, 20 metres short of the halfway. So, on the Bignell puts the boot to it. Comes back towards the sideline. They're on the side. Taken well and truly here by the fullback in two, and he's tackled right on halfway by Darren Gemmell, the winger, Flanagan. A little knock on there in the play of the ball. The gun will go down right on halfway, about 15 metres in from the sideline. It's a speed up. Latham picks it up from the scum base, takes up, gives it to Benson. Benson comes back inside. Good win this play. Keep away from that sideline, he says. But he's got well and truly up that there by Coombs. Plays the ball to Latham on the Gary Smith. Gary Smith charges at him. So, gives it to Bignell. On the second man out, there's Wayne Dietz, and Wayne Dietz is going for the one-hand pass. He knocked it on his rear Garrett. That'll be a scum there right on 10 metres inside Byabarra circle. Inside the Kendall half. Barnes takes the top, runs forward, comes to the fence, put it on there by Mick Laurie, Darren Mardell and Wayne Dietz. Lance fires the ball down the line side. Byabarra lost it, and Kendall come up with the ball to Paul Smith. And now runs from Bunny half. He's put down. Krogh goes to Bignell, fires a pass out to Ronnie Latham. Under Wayne Dietz, he gets past one defender and he's put on by Coombs. Krogh up to Latham under Tony Bignell, up to Greg Smith. Under Neville Latham, up to Warren Benson. Received the ball for Byabarra, puts it in. Out to Byabarra. He fires a loose pass out there to the Dietz, and Dietz is put on. Kendrick runs from Bignell, he's put on by Bignell. The assistant to Wayne Dietz. Kendrick up, plays the ball to Lance out there, left forward, Davis, and Davis is put on. Ball comes out there to, I don't know what that is. Lance fires a pass out there to Gillis, under Cole kicks, and will Darren curls the ball right up near the Kendall line. He's putting on a good tackle. Nails up now to play at the Neville Latham. He'll run from Bignell. Makes a few good runs from Neville Latham there. He made about 15 metres out there. Krogh up to Ronnie Latham on the Mick Laurie. He juggles the ball and he's put on. So he plays at the Krogh. Up to Greg Smith. Under Tony Bignell. Tony Bignell kicks, but I think it's too big. Kendrick feeds the ball. The Byabarra scum win. They're left forward Davis on from Bignell, and he's put on a good golden tackle there from Darren Mardell and Johnny Latham. Goes to Brown, switches it back to Pumpkin Teams, but Teams unload the ball there to Smith, and Smith is put on. There's the beans on the Gillis, but that's the pole up there and put on by Paul Smith. Lance coming out, fires the ball out to Jimmy Teams. He tries to unload there, but he's wrapped up. Good tackle by Gemmell. Attempted third goal there by Alan Kay, and under the crossbar. Kendall will have the touch in their own quarter line. Krogh cuts the ball. Passes to Jimmy Dietz. He's put in there to our Blanche. Krogh up to Tony Bignell. Puts a good pass there to Darren Mardell. Mardell made good ground then. Good strong run. Mardell made about 20 odd metres, not bad. It's done the ass up to Tony Bignell. On to Mick Laurie. Mick Laurie strides through the defence and he's put in. Plays the ball to Krogh. On to Tony Bignell. Gained a couple of metres. Kings takes it up strong to Brad there, and he's put in by Paul Smith, Mick Laurie as assistant, Darren Mardell. Goes to Blanche, Blanche under Gillis. That's a good touch on the there from their 5-8. Yeah, never found touch, but I know it's come up with it. Neville Latham runs from dummy half, steps around one, tries to get through the second line of defence, but he's wrapped up in a good tackle. Krogh fires it out to Tony Bignell, he steps, tries to unload and he's put in. Krogh dummy half, up to Greg Smith, a little quick kick over the top. It's caught by a tail and Smith immediately wraps him up. Gillis fires a pass out to Pole. Pole sits the ball out there. He's going to win that. Oh, John Pole. He didn't score that well. Oh, Gillis. Oh, yeah. There's a good touch on there from Gillis. Tony Latham will feed this trim. Fires it in for the sun by Byabarra. Switcher runs from dummy half and he's put in. Barnes goes to dummy half. He dummied and then ran forward, but only going a couple of metres and he's put in. Goes to dummy half, goes out to Gillis. Gillis has lost the ball. That will be a strong feed to Kendall. He's held up there and he plays it back to butt on arrow. Only going a couple of metres and he's put in. Krogh dummy half. Tips the ball out to Tony Bignell. Back inside to Gary Smith. He made about 10 or 15 metres in a good run now. Krogh up at Greg Smith. Puts his foot to it. Well caught there by Flanagan. He shapes the target up and he's wrapped up there by Benson and Bignell. Cole runs from dummy half. Benson wraps him up and puts him down. By the ground, Cole runs from dummy half and he's put in a good tackle there by Benson again. Lance at dummy half, puts the ball back out to Davis and Davis is put in. Lance at dummy half. Puts the ball out there to Gillis. Smith runs back, catches the ball. Tries to get around Blanche, but Blanche wrapped him up in a good tackle. Benson had Connor to Kendall there, Byabarra Thomas is striking in the flag of ball. Picks the ball and he's going about 5 metres. takes the top kick and runs himself. Dietz is a dummy off. He runs. Stands a couple of metres and he's put down. Krogh, dummy off, tips the ball to Mick Laurie. He strides out, takes it up strong, he's put down a good tackle there by Dietz. Krogh, dummy, tips it round the Bignell under Gemmell. Gemmell hesitates, tips the ball out, 9-on-air. He's held up there and a good tackle. Neville Latham at dummy half, tips the ball back to Mardell. He takes it up strong, but only down a couple of metres and he's put down. Oh. Mardell took a little trip too far and tried to regather him. This guy, wasn't it? Byabarra feeds his son. The Byabarra ball. Kenzie comes the open side and he's wrapped up by Laurie and Bignell. Dietz goes for dummy half and he's wrapped up in a good tackle there by Mick Laurie. Plays the ball back to Jones. Jones runs from dummy half and he's put down. He just about to put him out, didn't he? But what? Team takes it up strong, puts the ball back to Blanche. Blanche is held up there and a good tackle there, the two Smith brothers. Jones a dummy half drives it out the toe, toe was kicked, goes straight to Greg Smith. Tries to get it around toe, but can't do so. Gemmell put down there and a good tackle there. Graham toe. Take the Benson. Benson runs from dummy half. He's put down. Puts the ball out to Bignell. Bignell on to Big Gary Smith on the back. Neville nearly got up the touchline there, but he just put down. Goes out to Ronnie Latham. Puts the ball out to Greg Smith. Out to Wayne O'Neill on the fly. Lost the ball there and the game picked up by Byabarra. Smith out to Jimmy Kearns. He pushes off Wayne Dietz, but he's held up there by Mardell. Gary Smith is put to the deck. So it's a dummy half back to Jones. Jones unloads out to Barnes. Barnes is put in there by Krogh. Blanche drives it up there. Cole puts the little kick there. Try there, scores the ball there by Alan Cole. Yep. Big Smith brings the ball back to halfway. The stud kicks through there to try and catch the Byabarra defence nothing, but Graham Tower picks it up and runs a couple of metres and he's wrapped up by Benson. Smith is put out and
That's wing and arm going in. Next time you won't be out here, okay? No, if you go in like that.
Penalty there to Byabarra. Paul kicks the touch. So Kendall won't get in the thing. He's going to put the referee. He's going to about 20 metres with that kick. Flanagan takes the tap, makes a few metres, and he's put on there by Paul Smith. He's something plays at the bench. He goes to Jimmy Keane. He takes it up strong, but he's pushed across there and put on there by Darren Mardell. Lance fires it out there to Gillis. Gillis on the pile, goes to the fullback Peed, and Peed put in. Cole whips the ball down the blind side there, and Gillis kicks. Neville Latham plucks it out of there in a good take. Gained a couple of metres and he's putting on. He's up and plays it to Byabarra runs from dummy half. Byabarra defence there was a mile offside. Can they get the penalty on the eastern touchline? Missed kick. He gained about 15 metres with that touchline. So he takes the tap. Hits the ball to Ronnie Latham on to Tony Bignell. On to Paul Smith on the dash. In a big... Tried to unload the ball there to Gemmell, but Gemmell knocked it. I wouldn't have him in the bloody field. I'd say the scrum men come up with it and Ronnie Latham. Set the kind of things he can hold him on the tap. Flanagan runs from dummy half, but he's wrapped up there by Mardell and Ronnie Latham. Flanagan's up and plays at the bench. He puts the ball to Timmy Boyd, who tries to take it up strong, but Timmy Boyd's put on there by Mardell and Krogh. Branch at dummy half, puts the ball out to Gillis. Gillis fires a long pass out there to Cole, but Cole's wrapped up. Bloody turn it cut. And dummy half kicked that ball to the eastern touchline and gained about 20 odd metres in that passage of play. Ronnie Latham feeds this ball to Kendall Blues. He comes out inside. Puts the ball out to Tony Bignell. On to Greg Smith. He's in open spaces. Puts it on to Gemmell. Gemmell hesitates. Throws the ball back to Greg Smith. He's put on a good tackle there. Neville Latham at dummy half. He'll go himself. Puts the ball out to Gemmell. Gemmell ambles up. Gives the ball to Benson. The folks are in their game. They've got to get out of them before they're going to go places. Come on, Blues. Byabarra forward starting to walk a little. Kenzie puts it in, it's a Kendall ball. Give it away, Jack. Hey, you're getting too old, mate. Cole kicks the western touchline and he runs about 10 metres from that. Flanagan takes the tap. He takes it up and he's wrapped up in a good tackle there by Gary and Paul Smith. Cole kicks to the touchline again. It's over Bud O'Neill's head, but it's out on the full. He never kicked it from there either. He kicked it back this way about 3 metres. That line there, and kick that. Ronnie Latham feeds his scrum. Kendall ball. Bignell darts down the blind side. Puts the pass out to Neville Latham. On to Wayne O'Neill. Wayne O'Neill on his way to the line. And he'll score right next to the uprights for Kendall. The phone snapping. Greg Smith setting himself for this conversion of the bat-on try. Moves in. Strikes the ball, and it's right between the posts. Kendall's got the back here today to blitz this Byabarra back line. The first time they've really used them to any advantage. Cole kicks off. It's deep, it goes to Neville Latham, he catches the ball. Handles up the defence, steps around one, gets around another, and he's put down there by Keane. Short side dummy half. Picks the ball out to Bignell. On to Mick Laurie on the burst. He takes it up strong. Good pass out there to Benson. Was well picked up there by Warren Benson. Krogh out to Latham, on to Krogh again, on to Bignell. On to Paul Smith on the burst, but he's gone without it. Byabarra come up with it too, Smith. He plays it to Keane. Keane gets out from dummy half. He's run across there, he unloads to Cole. Cole puts it out to Barnes. Barnes nearly went without it. Goes down, Timmy Bird down the down third, and he's put in. By Mardell and Gemmell. Branch out the ground, Barnes, he takes it up strong, but he's put on there by Jimmy Dietz. Branch out to Gillis, and to Cole. Cole puts his foot to it. Ronnie Latham knocks that ball on then, and Warren Benson is offside. Byabarra's going for a touch finder. Are they going for penalty attempt? sets himself for this attempted conversion.
What do you think?
Smith moves in. Strikes the ball, good looking kick, and it's right between the posts.
Right between the posts.
Kendall 12, lead Byabarra 6. Toll whips it off the Byabarra. Must be getting close to half time by now. He strikes the ball, it comes down, it hits the post and picked up by Neville Latham.
Come on, right, Neville.
He strolls up and tries to get around Toll. Half time.
Let's go.
Toll kicks off the Byabarra and is picked up by Neville Latham to the recommencement of the second half. He's put down by Coombs and Mick Laurie dummies and runs from dummy off and going to cut the yard. Krogh out on Benson. Benson put down there by Boyd and Smither. Krogh out to Greg Smith. He kicks. Long tearing kick down towards the eastern touchline.
Oh, you're kidding.
Lost there by Flanagan. Picked up there by Peed. Peed plays it back to Flanagan. Flanagan runs from dummy half and he's put down there by Dietz. Jones runs from dummy half. Jones is put down. Goes to Blanche. On to Gillis. Gillis flips the ball there to Jimmy Coombs. He's put down there by a good Paul Smith tackle. He wasn't even held in. Krogh slips it out to Ronnie Latham there on to Bignell. Bignell dummies and he's picked up there by Coombs. That's the Ronnie Latham out to Greg Smith. He steps back inside, trips the ball out to Ronnie Latham, throws the loose pass there.
This referee must have got badges on it, bloody Kellogg stuff. Come on, boy.
Flanagan takes the top on the halfway, isn't it? Yeah. Put in by Paul Smith. Blanche slips the ball out to Gillis. On the Coombs, and Coombs is put down. Boyd, sorry. Goes out to Toll, puts the ball out to his brother Graham Toll. There's a replacement on there. Higgins. Toll takes it up and he's put down by Paul Smith. Blanche a dummy half. Puts the ball back to Gillis. Gillis takes a step kick to the line and finds touch just outside the Kendall quarter line. Ronnie Latham will feed this scrum for the Kendall Blues.
The prop's got a baby foot on the ground, hasn't he?
Kendall come up with the ball. Ronnie Latham throws the dummy there and fended off Gillis. Goes out to Wayne Dietz. He takes it up strong, but Timmy Boyd comes in over the top and puts him down. Dietz gets up and plays it to Bignell. Ronnie Latham tips the ball back to Gary Smith there. He said it was forward, but it wasn't. Toll's going for a penalty attempt here.
backing from a big top. Go on there to take the cutaway, kid. You get a left side, but you got the bone, you still doing the flag away. Alan Powell sets himself for this kick. Moves in, strikes the ball. But it's out to the right hand side of the post and over the dead ball line. Take your time, Jimmy. Take your win, son. Take your time. Greg Smith takes the drop out from the quarter line. Over half line, picked up there and brought back in their Kendall's territory. Only going to dummy half. So Gillett at dummy half. Three on by Greg Smith and Wayne Bates. Thanks goes to dummy half. Up to Jimmy Turns. Turns just put on in the back line and tackle there. Neville Latham and Darren Mardell. Got a saving for all out tomorrow. Smith to take it up strong. Smith just put on there, Mick Laurie and Darren Mardell. Brings the dummy half. Puts the ball out to Gillett on the pole. Up his by the ground. There's a pass out there to Higgins, but Higgins is wrapped up immediately there by the two Smith. Pole is kicked. Neville Latham will field his ball. Bloody rules off this Jake. Just will take this lined up out. Over halfway on the field. Knocked on there by their fullback Krogh. I think he knocked it on 4 times, eh? Johnny Latham plays this time for Kendall. They're half back. The 3 yards just side then, and the ball wasn't even out. Second out, huh? Wayne Bates takes it up strong down the blind side. Hillboy, Coons and Gillett. Church out on the arm, puts the ball down to Gary Smith. Up the fair side. 2 dummies. Fires the ball out to Benson down the touchline. Benson's hold up. Mick Laurie fires a pass out to Ronnie Latham under Tony Bignell. Under Paul Smith on the ball. Paul Smith lost the ball. The Byabarra scrum page. You good drink, mate? Oh, they afraid to come. Ronnie Latham knocked the ball on there. Ronnie Latham comes out the open side here. Saw a couple of dummies there and made good ground. He's only a couple of yards out from the line. Greg Smith passed the guy from dummy half. Kendall were in a little bit of disarray there. Greg Smith paid the ball through there and was held off it, but Jackson said, Byabarra will kick it up from their own, under their own post. Their captain coach, Alan Powell, will take this kick from starting on the Tony Bignell. He took the ball out there to Neville Latham, and Neville knocked it on. Byabarra come up with it. Flanagan goes from down the arm and he's put in. The big kick there comes starting on the bat on there. He knocks it backwards, picks it up, time. He gets around, couldn't get around Barnes, and Barnes put him there. Jake Smith runs from down the yard.
Who wants to do the commentary? Good, give him the microphone. Get all that ball. Yes. Come on, Jacko.
Took the little tip kick through there and it's picked up by Byabarra.
He's trying to get down. That's what he's trying to do.
Goes back to Cole. Cole's going to run round the defence here.
Go in!
Tackle there by Ronnie Latham, rounded up Cole. Goes back to Gillis, he runs from down the arc.
Come on, dude.
Cole. Jones takes the putt and gives it to Kearns. Kearns is putting on there and kicks the ball back to Jones, and Jones takes it up, and Jones is back in there by Paul Smith. Jones kicks it to Kearns. Kearns is going without it. Jones cuts that. Jones cuts that ball. He was in an offside position, but Justin says play on. Dietz comes from down the yard. Dietz is put on. Krogh plays the ball. Takes it from down the yard and gives it to Bignell back to Krogh. Krogh hold off the ball there and going without it. Byabarra come up with it. Switcher runs from down the yard. Switcher's put on. Jones kicks the ball out there to Gillis. And to Cole. Cole out to his brother Graham Cole. Kendall will get a penalty here from Ronnie Jackson. Just a little bit of a make-up this one. Make up the previous errors. Kendall time cut just out there at the quarter line. Benson takes the cut and will run from down the yard. He's got through the first line defence and he's put in. Krogh on the beach. Beach is tight near the right on the halfway line to Krogh. Krogh after Ronnie Latham on the Bignell on the Paul Smith. Smith put on just inside the halfway line. Krogh up on the arc. Goes out to Ronnie Latham. He kicks a bit of far too deep. Just cut from the quarter line. Byabarra's into the third. Timmy Boyd out here, you'd think he was the captain's coach. He's really shooting the mouth off here this afternoon. Mum, I think Mum's up in the car there watching him. Flip the coach it up and he's put it on. Lance goes to down the yard. Picked it out to Boyd. The Boyd's going without it.
Hey, don't do that again, Timmy.
First Smith comes up with it. Mardell runs from dummy half and gained about 8 metres in a good run. Darren Smith comes down the blind side. Krogh kicks the ball out to Ronnie Latham on the Tony Bignell. Greg Smith on the Gemmell. He's running the cross field there and he gives it to Warren Benson right near the touch line. Then the replacement to the Kendall side. Darren Mardell then replaced by Michael Barr. Krogh comes down the blind side and sub kicks to the line, finds touch through the Byabarra quarter line. The Byabarra stampede. Then he puts the ball in. Then comes up with it. Flanagan goes from dummy off. Thanks. Got the penny board. He didn't drop it this time. Down to about 1 yard. They got the Jimmy Kearns. He juggled it with the punches. Right on him and held by Mick Laurie. Kearns slipped it out the Cole. Cole tried to slip the ball there, but he was... Well picked up there by Greg Smith. Gained a couple of metres. He'll get up and flat. Bignell picks it down to Krogh down the blind side. He tried to slip it down there. He's putting on there by Good time, Michael Barr. Good time, Michael Barr. Well picked up there by Gemmell. Cole Smith backed him up there and he slammed to the ground. Jake Smith had done the off. Up to Ronnie Latham. He's working that blind side. Neville Latham tried to pick it up off the ground, but he's knocked it forward and Dietz comes up with it to Byabarra. Jones on some dummy off.
I got him, Ed.
Kearns takes it up strong there for Byabarra. He's putting on there by Jimmy Dietz and Krogh. Goes out to Cole. Up the page. On the ground, Cole. Darren Smith got him there by the collar and slammed into the ground. Barnes takes it up, but Cole will kick you for Byabarra. Comes back to Neville Latham. He takes it well. Tries to get around the defence there and he's put in by James. Back to Benson. Benson runs from dummy off. Gained about 3 metres. He's held by Boyd, the assistant to Gillett. Comes out to Mick Laurie. Mick Laurie.
Now turn some more.
Krogh puts it back to Greg Smith. Big power and quick move by Greg Smith. Caught there by Toad. He's immediately grounded there by Byabarra. Barnes runs from dummy off. And almost another tackle. Jones is putting on there by Dietz. Goes out to Cole. Big side of his Cole, but Kendall's kept him reasonably well in check here today. Well fielded there by Warren Benson from that attempted touchdown to Byabarra. Gemmell runs from dummy off. Gemmell tries at the tray. Under Ronnie Latham. That's the Gary Smith. Gary Smith was flat-footed there. Krogh out the right inside to Ronnie Latham. He puts a little kick there. Third there is grounded by Tony Bignell. Puts the guy from dummy off and he's put in by Tony Bignell with the assistance of Krogh. James goes from dummy off and he's put in. Why did it? Puts the ball out to Timmy Boyd. He went 2 yards forward and 3 backward. Gillister's kick. As on L's head, looked at bounce. Gary Smith plays the dummy off.
Take your time, Pat. You got all day.
He runs from dummy off.
How do you go?
Timmy Boyd tried to put him down there. Gary give him a bit of a don't argue. Close, puts down the blind side there. Gained about 5 metres there and a good little run. Close played fairly strong here today for Kendall. Goes to Mickey Barr with his first run. He's on his own a couple of metres and he's put on. The Krogh on to Tony Bignell on the Ronnie Latham. He's going without it. The referee says it's a knock on and the thumb will go down to the Byabarra feed. That's a good one. Byabarra feed the scrum and Cole comes in. The blind side of the scrum man puts the ball to his brother Graham Cole. He's made a few metres. He's nearly 10 metres inside Kendall's territory. Flanagan runs from down off, but he's put on by Mick Laurie. That O'Neill's limping here for Kendall. Goes to James. Cole puts the ball there to Clifton. Clifton is going without it, picked up by Paul Smith. He gets up, he's made about a metre and he's put on. Krogh dummy off, puts it out to Ronnie Latham. He tries to step around the defence and he's put on. Krogh dummy off, goes to Mickey Barr. He takes it up strong. Greg Smith and Gary Smith strikes the blind side there. Goes back to Greg Smith. Goes to Tony Bignell on the Ronnie Latham. On the Paul Smith there, standing wide. But he's wrapped up there by Schnitzer and Gillis. He's got the toe on the Gemmell. Gemmell kicks. But it's too big. Some will go down just in Kendall's territory. Penalty here to Kendall. The Jackson's had an incredible game here today. Smith kicks to the eastern touchline. He gains about 20 odd metres there and a good kick. Benson takes the top kick and will run. And he's made about 10 metres there. Good run by Warren Benson. He tries at the car on the Mick Barr on the back. Mick Barr sitting on there by Kitcher and car down the ass, sits it out the Tony Bignell on the Ronnie Latham. He threw it down there, tried to get through the defence, and he's put on. Car down the ass. Puts the ball out to Tony Bignell.
Wow, it's nearly really hot.
Greg Smith jolted that play there for Kendall. He sit unloaded there. They had a good overlap on this western touchdown. Car runs him down the ass. Good drinking on there, and he's going about 5 metres. He's up there in the play to Smith. Smith goes for a fair goal. And it's straight between the posts. Kendall 13, lead by their 6. Dietz catches that ball from the kickoff. He took it back to the Byabarra defence and gained about 8 metres. Paul Smith takes it up strong now, and he's back to the halfway line there for Kendall. He's just 2 runs. Beats the dummy half. Puts the ball to Ronnie Latham under Mickey Barr. Mickey Barr sitting out on the halfway line. Just inside. Byabarra's territory. Goes out to Tony Bignell. He steps. Throws it on him. Clips and got a pass to Ronnie Latham on to Mick Laurie. Mick Laurie's using his weight down that touch line there. Laurie plays it back to Benson on the Ronnie Latham on the Tony Bignell. On the Greg Smith. Flips the ball back to Krogh. Krogh knocks the ball on. He doesn't expect it. Byabarra come up to the ball. Goes back to Cole. He tries to get around the defence. Mick Laurie comes across with the assistance of Paul Smith and puts down Cole on the deck. Goes back out. Alan Cole, he's put in.
Oh, get out of it, Jacko!
Cole kicks for the eastern touch line.
Probably was.
10 yards in front, Kendall territory. Flanagan takes the tap. He goes forward before he's putting on there by Dietz. Goes to Barr. Barr runs from dummy off. Dietz 50 on the deck. Lance almost got through the Kendall defence there in that run. Cut the ball forward. Goes to Flanagan. Dummy pass there. Byabarra had Kendall at 6s and 7s there, and that's the one we didn't sail it again that time. Gemmell runs from dummy half and he's lost the ball. It's picked up there by Higgins. Higgins putting on there by Smith and Mick Laurie. Barnes runs from dummy half. Bignell puts him on the deck. Goes out to Gillis. Gillis dummies. Goes a pass to Jimmy Coons there. He's on the back. Coons is putting on. Goes back to Gillis. Gillis is tackled about a metre out from the line. Mick Laurie come up with the ball there, but
Turn off his bloody knees for a start, and he dies on the ball. Yeah. It is it's out there.
Ronnie Latham will feed this down for Kendall. And he's come up with the ball. Plays it to Neville. Neville runs him down the arc. He's got around. Couple of tackles there goes to Benson. Benson tries to straighten. Benson's put down. Throw it down the arc. Tony Bignell takes it up. Strong here for Kendall. Third side down the arc. Up to Gary Smith. There's a high tackle there on Gary Smith, but Jackson said no, let it go. James Johnson down the arc. He's lost the ball, picked up by Mickey Barr. Each Johnson down the arc. He's gained about 3 metres. He plays it to Tony Bignell. He sits it up to Greg Smith, who's kicked. Through the eastern touchline, it looks like it's a good kick there. He's found touch on the Byabarra quarter line.
They went out on the other side of the field. That's good, though. He's going outside there and pushing back in. Blue ball.
From the one that's come running right and knocked the ball on. The Byabarra Stumford.
Bad leg up, Dietz.
Blank Thompson down the half and he's left up there by Ronnie Latham.
9 minutes to go, Bruce.
And Dietz. 9 minutes of this game remaining, and Smith is put on there by Mick Laurie. He's had a relentless game here today. Thanks for the pass, started up the Krogh. Goes out to feed the fullback.
Good pass there.
Cole was ankle tapped there by Gemmell, and Higgins runs from down the half, and Higgins is put down. Goes to Cole, he'll kick. Just a little kick that's gathered there by Gemmell. Plays it to Ronnie Latham, he runs from down the half.
You want to get that Gemmell off there, he's having a sleep.
Benson runs from dummy half. He hit there by Smith in a golden tackle and lost the ball.
Third try. Come on down.
Hutchinson runs from dummy half. Troy Crow's had a top game here for Kendall today. Defence and backing up going spot on. Wayne Dietz just got a little don't argue there in the face. Barr swept the ball down that eastern touchline, and some of them put down there by Mickey Barr. Long pass there, nearly KO'd Scott Higgins as handback. Scott Harris as handback. Sydney Boyd throws the ball out to Higgins, picked up by Neville Latham. Battery. Well, that was a funny decision there by Jackson once again. Good smothering tackle there by Mick Laurie on Jones. And he's put on there by Jones. And Bryant. Biggie R plays it to third side. The Greg Smith is kicked. Big long tail and kick towards that eastern touchline. It's come back in third. Page set upon there by Warren Benson and Greg Smith, and he's put on Flanagan runs from dummy half, and Flanagan's put on by Greg Smith and Benson. Then another replacement in the Kendall side. Wayne O'Neill's been replaced by Les Cook. Last time Les come on, he was only on 5 minutes and scored 2 tries. Wayne Dietz just Leslie Cook throws the ball there for Kendall.
Right the sideline.
First pitch round towards the touchline there, and you put it up by Barnes and a good tackle. Gillett says this come for Byabarra, and the ball never even went in, but Jackson's just playing. Bignell ground, Cole there and a good tackle. He plays it to his brother Graham Cole. Goes out to Feed. Feed puts the ball out to Higgins, but Higgins is put in there by Greg Smith. Goes out to Graham Cole. He tries to step around the defence. Goes to Alan Cole. On the Smitzer, but Smitzer's put on there and a good tackle by Neville Latham. Smitzer's up now, plays the ball to Timmy Boyd. On to Alan Cole. Cole took the ball out there to Barnes. Goes back to Gillett. Gillett is put on there by Ronnie Latham and Mick Barr. Fifth tackle. Gillett injured net. He's picked up there by Neville Latham and he ran and made about 10 odd metres in a good run. He got slightly injured in that tackle. Greg Smith runs from dummy half. And he gained about 1 metre in that run. Troy runs from dummy half. He's made about 10 metres there and a good run from Troy Kerr. Smith out to Bignell. On the Barr, on the Gemmell, on the Benson, down the touchline. Benson comes in first.
Good run, boys.
Good run there by Warren Benson. Back to Bignell. Bignell down the blind side. Puts the ball out. Greg Smith on the Gary Smith. Gary Smith lost the ball. Good run there by Warren Benson. He made about 40 metres there and a good run.
Got it. Tired, Jacko, like you should do.
Kendall come up with the ball, picked up by Ronnie Latham, out the open side under Tony Bignell. On to Greg Smith. Greg Smith on his way to the line will score underneath the post. Good try there to Kendall, scored by Greg Smith. Kendall now 17, leads Byabarra 6. Been replaced by... He's been replaced by Paul Smith. Greg Smith lines this conversion attempt up to his own try. Sets himself, moves in, strikes the ball in the, right between the posts. Kendall 19, lead Byabarra 6. Cole will kick off the Byabarra. The beach kicks right up near the goal line, picked up by Neville Latham. No, it's on the curb. Neville Latham knocked the ball on. 6 months waiting list on a curb assist. Boyd's held up there by Paul Smith. Victor takes it up. Paul Smith puts him on the deck. Mick Laurie comes in to mark. Pumpkin Cairns takes it up strong there, but he went 4 forward and 4 backward. Cole does a little wrap around there with Gillis. Gillis puts the ball out to Graham Cole. Graham Cole's put in there by Gemmell. Gillis runs from dummy half. He tips the ball back to Les Cook. Les Cook to Graham Barnes, and Les Cook comes up there to Kendall, and there's the full-time siren's gone. Kendall run out winners here today, a team of 19 points to 6.
In the game today, Bignell scored a try in the 28th minute, which was converted by Bo Smith. That scored again 35 minutes into the first half, also converted by Bo Smith. 11 minutes into the second half, Bo kicked the field goal, and in the 36th minute,